Back the fuck up, and I'm gonna do you like Will Smith.
Hello everybody, welcome to Ranch with Jordan. I'm Jordan. If you are new here, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and if you're returning, welcome back. This is something I don't normally do, right? I'm not like, and I'm so late to this trend, but like, I'm not a storytime YouTuber in the slightest. My YouTube channel mostly deals with like pop culture. My YouTube channel mostly deals with music in particular. It deals with like black people and black issues. It deals with like what's going on in the news and everything. Yeah, like that's usually what my channel is about. But this story is really good. And it pissed me off so badly that I was like, I need to talk about this with people. So, it is Mardi Gras here in Louisiana, right? And Alabama, but who cares? But it is Mardi Gras here in Louisiana. So me and my friends, last year, one of my friends invited me to this parade in Youngsville. Youngsville is right outside of Lafayette, Louisiana. It's about 2.5 hours, depending on which way you go, 2.5 hours away from New Orleans. So we went last year and we had a blast. It was fun. It was really, really, really great. We were getting compliments on our outfit. It was very, very fun. We loved it. So we were like, you know what? Let's go to Mardi Gras again this year. First of all, before we get into the actual story, so we get there, right? We go to the exact same spot that we were at last year, and we were just like, you know, we can set up more so in the back, and then when the parade starts, we can like move up to the front and everything. And I step on the grass. I barely get 3 steps in on the grass off the street, right? And this white lady comes up to me and she's like, "You can't sit here." And I turn to her and I'm like, "Excuse me, this isn't the bitch I had a problem with, by the way. This is something else." But this is like, this is she into? So I'm like, excuse me, and she's like, "Yeah, we paid for these spots." And I was like, "Oh, these spots are paid for? They're paying for spots now?" And she was like, "Yeah, all these spots along the school are paid for." And so we were like, "Oh, okay." Kind of find out that bitch lied. I just don't think she wanted a bunch of college students and to be honest, she wanted a bunch of niggers to be sitting near her. That's what I think was happening. But anyway, we go down further down the street. We end up finding this spot. No one's exactly happy with the spot, but I'm like, y'all, this is a spot that we can be at. We're probably not going to find any more spots. We should be okay. And so we are, right? So the parade starts, right? And so we're kind of like a row back for the parade, but there's some space up in the front, like right along the street. And so we're like, okay, let's just move it to the front of the street so we can have a better chance like getting some bees or whatever they're throwing at us for the parade, right? So then this bitch taps me on the shoulder. And mind you, I normally would not refer to her as a bitch. Y'all don't understand how upset I used to have anger management problems when I was a kid. And I've gotten so good at controlling my anger when I get upset. But this bitch pissed me off so bad that I'm not even calling her a lady. Like, I have so much more forgiveness for women because I already know misogyny and everything that exists. I don't care. I'm letting y'all know right now, I don't care in this video. I don't give a fuck. This bitch pissed me off so badly. Let me get to the story. Let me not keep y'all here all. Let me get to the story. So this bitch tapped me on my shoulder and she's like, "Hi, excuse me, you guys are like in front of all of our stuff and we were like set up here, you know, hours ago. Can you guys like move down a bit?" And so I apologized. I said, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Let me move down this way more." So I'm trying to move towards my friends because I had kind of gotten pushed away from my friends because everyone is pushing to get up because the parade is starting. And this bitch keeps pushing me in the opposite. My friends are to, they're to the left of me. This is right for you guys though. But my friends are right? I don't know. My friends are to the left of me. But this bitch keeps pushing me to the right. And so I'm trying to get back to my friend group, and she keeps pushing me to the right, and she keeps yelling at me that I'm in front of her shit. And so I keep apologizing. Mind you, I'm not arguing with her. I'm not arguing with her because one, this lady is white. Well, she wasn't white. We'll get into that in a second. This lady was white, and she was with her kids. And so I was like, what does that look like, me being a tall black man yelling at a white woman with children? That doesn't look good. And we're in Youngsville. We are in hick country. There are literally Trump parade floats going down the street as this bitch is yelling at me. And so I'm like, if I'm not about to get put in jail, I'm not about to get jumped myself, and I'm not about to get killed out here over this white bitch yelling at me. So at a certain point, mind you, my friends at this point do not know this is going on. They're busy with the parade and everything. At this point, I kind of shut my way past her because I'm over it, right? I'm so over it. And I'm like, if I say something else to this lady, I'm going to go to jail. Because when I get upset, when I get angry, my mouth starts talking very recklessly. I turned around, before I even pushed my way past her, I turned around and looked at her once more time, and I pointed out every single thing I was about to clock this bitch on, y'all. You don't understand. I was about to clock this bitch. I picked out 5 things I was gonna clock this bitch on, and the rest I would have made up along the way. But I end up pushing past her, go back to my friend group. This is when they start noticing me, because this bitch keeps following me. So this is when they start noticing that this bitch is yelling at me behind me, and my back is turned to her. My back is turned. I am no longer engaging in conversation with this lady, and she's still yelling at me. And my friends are like, what's going on? Are you okay? I'm like, y'all, leave it alone, because I don't want to ruin the experience. I'm not even thinking of myself at this point. I'm thinking, I don't want to ruin this for my friends. I don't want to be the one to ruin our fun. So I'm just not going to engage. This bitch starts yelling at my friends, right? This bitch starts yelling at my friends. And she's talking about y'all are ruining the experience for my kids. Mind you, I wasn't in front of her kids. I was standing beside her. I wasn't standing beside her children. I was standing beside her. And they had a bunch of space beside them. But I was not standing beside her children. I was standing beside her. She kept pushing me in the direction of her children, and her husband wasn't doing shit. She kept pushing me in that direction, and I'm trying to go the opposite direction because my friends and I have found space a bit, like a couple steps down, and I was trying to get over there. And so this bitch was yelling at my friends, right? And so at this point, we're all just like looking at her because we're like, girl. And so I'm getting to a point where I'm about to say something to this bitch, and then luckily one of my friends who was sitting kind of back further from us starts cursing her out instead. And I said, thank God, because I was about to clock this bitch for everything. Let me tell you about what this bitch looked like. This bitch was orange. This bitch was orange. I'm not talking about like I'm talking about the literal color orange. That spray tan was coming off on her clothes. She was the color orange, wearing fake bright blue contacts with jet black greasy hair, might I add, looking like a $2 hooker on the side of the street. That's what that bitch looked like. That's what that bitch looked like. So this orange horse, I was going back and forth between my friend, and my friend clocks her and puts her in her place. And all she can do is look over at us and glare at us, and we're like, yeah, bitch. And then this bitch talks about, well, I don't want to get ghetto. I don't want to get ghetto. You're white. What do you know about getting ghetto at? I went to school in the projects. If you want to get ghetto, we can get ghetto, bitch. Like, who did she think she was talking to? Because it wasn't me. It wasn't me. It wasn't. I was like, she's not talking to me. Because if you want to get ghetto, we can get ghetto. Like, I wasn't about that. I was not about to hit this bitch, but I was so ready to go back and forth and clock her for everything. I didn't care that her kids were there. I didn't care that her husband was there. I was about to turn around and clock this bitch, and not clock as in hit her, clock as in I was about to read this bitch to the ground. I was about to read this bitch to the ground. I knew exactly what I was going to point out to her. And she's like, I don't want to get ghetto. Why are you using that language, Becky? That's not her name. Why are you using that language, Becky? Samantha. I don't want to get ghetto. I don't want to get ghetto. We can get ghetto, bitch. You're gonna lose. You're gonna lose either way. So this, and like, oh my god. And then she is so. And then like the thing is, right, is that eventually it's over. We move down more, and we move down more, and it's over. This bitch still is talking and yelling at us, and I am like, oh my god. I was getting so close, guys. I was like, she has 5 more sentences before I turn around, get in this bitch's face and start screaming at her. Cause I was getting ready to get in this bitch's face and start screaming at her. Y'all don't understand. I do not like to confront people like that. I am very much a try and keep the peace kind of a person. You have to get me so angry in order for me to want to go and start like arguing with you. Because I will not argue with you. I do not like arguing. I also do not like getting angry. Because I knew if I started arguing with her, I was going to start getting so angry that I was going to start crying. And I don't like crying in front of people. I was getting so upset. And I thank God that my friend was the one that clocked this bitch, because I was getting ready to read her to the ground. I was about to call her a hooker in front of her kids. I really was. And I wouldn't have cared. And I don't care now, because that's how mad this bitch got me. But like, oh my God. Oh my God. And then her yelling is full of all these microaggressions. And I'm just like, oh my God. Like, I couldn't do it. I was like, I want to be the one that ruins the experience of this trip for my friends. Because I'm about to go and start yelling at this bitch beside me. Yelling at this orange bitch. This bitch could have touched me and her spray tan would have rubbed off on me. Bitch, at least when I go underwater, my skin color doesn't change. She pissed me off. Anyway, that happens. The rest of the parade was fine. And we went back to my friend's house, and her parents made us gumbo and chili dogs. And we ate gumbo and chili dogs. And then we stopped at one of my other friend's mother's houses along the way, and she made us red beans and rice. And so the end of the trip was fine. It was fun. I was not allowed to let this bitch ruin my fun. But my God, guys. And like, this might not, the way I'm telling the story might not seem like it was that big of a deal, but in the moment, this bitch was getting on my nerves. I was ready to argue with her. I don't like to argue with people, especially in person, especially face to face. I don't like to argue with people like that. You know, you have to get me so angry. You have to get me so angry to throw morals out the window. You have to get me so angry to get to me to throw morals out the window. I was about to call this bitch every word in the book in front of her kids, and I wouldn't have cared. I seriously was getting to a point where I was like, I don't care that her kids are here. I will make these kids cry too. I wasn't gonna say nothing to the kids, but I was like, I will argue with this bitch in front of her kid. I don't care. I don't care. Your kids are getting, the kid is like 5 or 6 years old. He's adorable. This child is adorable. Every parade float that goes past sees him in the front, and here you go. He's getting literally he's getting like 3 things from every parade float that's coming down. But I'm ruining the experience for your kids, and me and my friend are trying to get out of your way, and you keep bitching about it? Girl. But whatever, it's whatever. That's the video. That's the story. This will probably be posted closer to the end of the week, maybe, depending on like when I post my shit. But yeah, y'all, that's it. I will talk to you guys later. What do you think of the story? Actually, no, I wasn't in the wrong. I don't care. I don't care what none of y'all say. I wasn't in the wrong. I apologized to this bitch 3 times before I started like getting ready to clock this bitch. I apologize. I did again apologize several times and tried to move out of this bitch's way. This bitch keeps pushing me in the opposite direction that I need to go. Then this bitch starts yelling at all my friends for no reason, even though her problem is with me. Then she gets clocked by one of my other friends, gets read down by one of my other friends, thank God it wasn't me. And then still has the audacity to start to keep talking for another 5 minutes about us. Yapping, it's over. You lost. You got clocked. And all you could do was sit over there and look mad and glare at us. Like, Like, oh. So I don't care. I don't think I was in the wrong. I know I wasn't in the wrong. Because I tried to remedy the situation. She kept escalating it with me. And she put her hands on me several times. She kept pushing me, like pushing hands on my, right here, pushing me in the opposite direction I was trying to go. I really had every right to tell my friends to jump that bitch. All my friends are women, by the way. I really had, or all the friends I was with were women. I really should have told my friends to beat that bitch up. But I really was like, we can't go to jail. Especially most of us being people of color. Out of everyone in our group, only 2 people are fully Caucasian. Or like Caucasian in our group. Everyone else out of the 7 of us are people of color. And I was just like, we can't get thrown in jail. We can't get thrown in jail, especially not in Youngsville. We would never leave jail. We get thrown in jail in Youngsville, especially for arguing with this white bitch. Not white. I apologize. Not white. It's orange bitch. So yeah, that's my story. Like, I don't care what none of y'all say. I wasn't wrong. I tried so hard. And I'm so glad that I didn't end up arguing with her, because I would have made that bitch cry. I hope to God I do not get that angry ever again in my life, because I have not felt that angry since I was getting bullied in elementary and middle school. I'm in college now. I'm a sophomore in college now. I have not gotten that angry in damn near a decade. And being angry like that just reminded me that I do not like the feeling of anger. The feeling of anger is a valid emotion. And what counts is what we do with that emotion. Just the FYI. Anger is a valid emotion. I hate that. I hate feeling it. I hate the burning in the chest. I hate the signals your body is sending out as your anger is rising. I hate the feeling of I want to cry right now because of how upset I'm getting. I do not like that feeling. It's not a fun feeling to feel. It really isn't. And that's why I was so upset. It's not funny. It's not fun to get that angry and to potentially lose your cool. It's not fun to do that. Trust me, I know from experience. Anyway, I'm going to actually end this video and start ranting about this orange bitch because she pissed me off. Y'all can come in the comments on my big misogynistic, and I'm going to tell you I don't care. I told you at the beginning of the video, but I don't care. She pissed me off too badly. She's white, and it's Black History Month. I don't care. Fuck that bitch. Fuck that orange whore. And I will say it again, look like a $2 hooker on the side of the parade route. Dumb bitch. Anyway, I hope she sees this too. Fuck you, bitch. Anyway, I'll talk to you all later. I will see you all later. Bye.